It's time to take your advanced students' reading comprehension to the next level. No more struggling through boring texts and endless vocabulary lists. We're talking about real strategies that will get your students engaged, excited, and most importantly, understanding what they read. First things first, let's talk about the power of predictions. Before your students even crack open a book, have them take a look at the title, cover image, and maybe even the first few sentences. Then, ask them to make some predictions about what they think the text will be about. Encourage them to use their prior knowledge and experiences to support their guesses. For example, if the title is The Importance of Recycling, they might predict that the text will discuss the environmental benefits of recycling or the consequences of not recycling. By getting your students to actively engage with the text before they even start reading, you're priming their brains to look for key information and make connections. But predictions are just the beginning. To really boost your students' comprehension, you need to get them asking questions. And I'm not talking about boring, surface level questions like, what's the main character's name? I'm talking about deep, critical thinking questions that get to the heart of the text. Teach your students to ask questions like, why did the author choose to use this particular word or phrase? Or, how does this idea relate to what I already know about the topic? By encouraging your students to interrogate the text, you're helping them develop the kind of analytical skills that will serve them well, not just in reading, but in all areas of life. And finally, don't underestimate the power of visualization. As your students are reading, have them create mental images of the scenes, characters, and events described in the text. Encourage them to use all of their senses. What does it look like, sound like, smell like, feel like? For example, if they're reading a passage about a bustling city street, they might visualize the tall buildings, the honking cars, the smell of the food from the street vendors, and the feel of the hot pavement beneath their feet. By creating these vivid mental pictures, your students will be able to better remember and understand what they've read. Plus, it's just a fun way to bring the text to life. So there you have it, 3 concrete strategies for improving reading comprehension in your advanced learners. But don't just take my word for it. Try them out in your own classroom and see the results for yourself. Your students will be blown away by how much they understand and retain, and you'll be well on your way to becoming the teaching rock star you always meant to be. Happy comprehensible input.